Hey, it's Bon. Let's talk about Starfield again. I want to thank everyone who watched the video on Tuesday. This is one of my most successful, if not my most successful video ever. And it ended up being pointless because today they gave us a reveal date, including a trailer. So what we're going to do is look at the Starfield official launch date announcement trailer, break it down a little bit, and talk about the release date that we now have and what I think it may mean for the game. Let's get into it.
This is Constellation Star Station LO-868. Welcome aboard. The eye is showing signs over another one of those big anomalies. Maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all.
Hey everyone, from myself and everybody here at Bethesda, we are so excited to finally tell you when Starfield is coming out this year. You know, we have poured ourselves into this game, and even I'm surprised how much we can pour. It is large. We're playing the game all the time. Shout out over here to lead producer Tim Lamb. Old school fans, you may remember him from the Oblivion making of video where he's sitting on a similar sofa doing similar things. But also, this June, we're going to bring you into the studio and give you a deep dive in the game at our Starfield Direct. There's so much that we still have to show you. The game has many of the hallmarks that you'd expect from us, but it's also a very unique experience. And again, thank you all for all your excitement about the game, your support, your comments. We really do read it all. And look, we know you've waited a long time to play something new from us. Believe it or not, we're kind of the same. We miss it, and we really just can't wait for you all to play it. So thanks, and we'll see you soon.
So that's the whole trailer. I'll let it loop in the background, and I'll stop things as I notice them. September 6th, I think, is a very reasonable date. I think that obviously we all wanted it to come before July so that they could have truth to their E3 thing last year where everything was coming in the next 12 months. But here's a lesson, kids. This is the real world, and things don't always work out the way that you want them to. And that's where we're at with this. It's coming a couple months later. I think that's fine. If anything, we should probably be happy that they are releasing it when they feel like they can and not forcing it to June, because I bet they could. I bet they could release this game in June. They could probably release it tomorrow, but they probably have some pretty set goals with things like bugs, finishing things, stuff like that, that September must be a date that they feel like they can do a lot more, and anything earlier just wouldn't be quite enough. And I think most people know that this game has to be good. I don't think it has to be a 10 out of 10. I don't think it has to be the best game ever made. But I think it does have to be good. This year's a really competitive year for games. There's going to be 10 very good games this year, depending on who you are. And again, I don't think they have to be the best, but I think it would be smart for them to be the best they can be. This is a Bethesda game. People are still playing Skyrim. People are still playing Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Fallout 4 and probably Fallout 76. So like this game will have legs. And I just really think that people need to realize that this is okay. I'm okay with it. Maybe you aren't. That's up to you. What we see in this trailer, I'm really happy with. And I'm going to restart it from the beginning. The one thing I noticed that I liked a lot was just the music to this game. I have a feeling is just going to be phenomenal. What they've given us so far, the Starfield theme is beautiful. It's the orchestral side of it and all that. It just really kind of gets your heart rate going a little bit. The opening of this trailer, that ship right there, as far as I know, we haven't seen a ship like that yet. That looks like an extremely large ship of some capacity, and it looks good. I like the design, and I like that you see a lot of different core designs and ships and architecture and stuff like that. So we see that ship here. We're seeing, these kind of views that I'm curious to how many of these views we get to see. We see what looks to be maybe a small space station that we may get to visit. I'm assuming you see it's got 4 docks around it, but it doesn't look like it's the biggest thing on Earth. But it's got a really cool aesthetic and a really cool design. You see this planet down here. This looks like it's probably a planet in the game. Like, it looks good, but it doesn't look perfect. Same with this ship that you see flying up here in the top right. Yeah, so this is us docking to that ship. So I'm assuming that maybe some of this footage takes place inside there. Oh, okay, yeah. So that makes sense. I guess I didn't notice that the first time I watched it. So we see here, hold on. So this is, directly. So if we go back here, you see the dome. We have that same dome here. So this is like a research station or something like that. It looks very good. And even if you notice some of the details, like this padded kind of stitched material here, I'm assuming that's like if you lose gravity, you bump into that and it's soft. You see that kind of stuff in space shuttles and the space station and stuff like that. There's a lot of talk in this about anomalies. You have this, what looks to me like a very alien type of thing. I'm really wondering, I feel like they're really hinting too that there's going to be some maybe alien type activity or alien type discovery in this game. That these vistas just look so good. Very, very pretty. So here we're back to this kind of mysterious thing. And you see the floating stuff here. I'm wondering if we're gonna be dealing anything from like alien technology to time travel, space, like quick travel, maybe something like the Mass Effect relays. Who knows? But it definitely looks like we'll be solving puzzles, doing lots of discovery, trying to figure out what this is all about. I really like this shot here with the astronaut. Just looks so cool. And then it forwards here to our release date, which again is September, was it 6th, I believe, of 2023. I like how they did the 23 first, just to reassure everyone that it's all good. Then we have our God Howard. They show some stuff here. You see a few clips in the background here. Let's see if I can catch it. You do see in the background the game being played pretty actively, which I appreciated. It's obviously set up to a point. It's not like they didn't know they were filming that day, but kind of showing the connection to the past I thought was really interesting. They're talking about the June showcase. That's going to be on June 11th. We see them in what looks to be a nice little meeting room. It's probably nicer than anything any of us have ever sat in. Again, we're seeing here, this is kind of a cool scene because you see a unique animation for this character. They're holding a one-handed gun, or at least it's carried in one hand. It looks like a big old revolver. And you can see it over here. It's a 6-shot revolver, and it looks very good. I'm very impressed by it. Yeah, all these vistas look good. We have the chat from Mr. Todd, and they tell us to go join their Discord subtly. I'm curious to how people are going to be able to dissect some of the footage from the background. That looks really cool. There's a couple things here. Let's go through a few. Let's go through a few of these here. So first, we have dinosaurs, and this world looks good. Like that's like a nice lush environment. That looks fun. Like that looks like a neat place to go, especially in comparison to other scenes that we've seen. Mostly like desert type places so far. I love seeing this, seeing the customization. Like look at all of the different helmets and stuff like that. The customization, different types of looks and stuff like that have always been big in the Fallout games, and I'm excited to make my dude look as cool as possible, even if the stats are terrible, because I'm that kind of player. Here we have a friggin' crazy looking monster alien thing that we're gonna fight. Looks very, very good. I also appreciate the Fallout 4 Sentry Bot down there. And then we have him wrap up. So I'm not bothered by the release date. Obviously, I wish it was earlier. I wish it was tomorrow, but it's not. And I think that's fine. It's not like getting mad about it's going to change anything. I do think they're at kind of a make or break moment when it comes to making sure this gets out on that date. They have no more room for delays. This game is coming out in September, for better or worse. I don't think this game's going to be perfect. I don't think it's going to be bug free. I don't think it's going to be maybe as tight and stuff as some of the games we see from Sony and stuff like that. I also think its scope is going to be like 10 times bigger than anything Sony has ever made. Like it's the trade-off with a game like Bethesda makes, like Fallout, like Skyrim, things like that, is that they're just too big to be perfect. And so it's just going to be flawed. But the big thing is, can it run on most systems? Does the main quest work well? Do all the big major things work well? Are you going to have bodies flying up into the air, into space now? Are you going to fall through the level here and there? Probably. But, frequency matters. The main line working well matters. And we'll have to see who fixes things first, Bethesda or the modders, because it tends to be the modders. But I'm excited to see this. I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a deal it is to get a new IP from Bethesda. This is the first time it's happened in my lifetime, basically, if not in a really long time. And I'm still excited. I'll be curious about the showcase. I don't want to see too much. That's the thing, is that I'm good. Like, I don't need to see more. I'm sold. But maybe some other people aren't, so they want to convince them. So we'll see that in June. We'll get the game in September, and I will be covering it for sure, I promise. So if you like that, if you want to be around for that, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff, please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below. Comment down below with what you think about the release date, this trailer, or just to say hi. And that's all I have. So until next time.